Today's March 6th. Today's March 6th, and there's been a lot of pressing news, obviously released today, that the Trump administration is dismantling the Department of Education. Uh, the reason I want to come to you, if you are a student loan borrower or you work with student loan borrowers, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And the reason I come with that definite assurity is because Congress has legislated and authorized the Department of Ed to manage the student loan funds. A lot of big news about the Department of Ed going away is more about the politics and the motivation behind it is to stop the ending of essentially controlling access to funds for primary and secondary education, in terms of regulating guidelines for funding release for elementary schools, for example. That's what's more politically motivated. It's established under Congress that the Department of Ed is responsible for overseeing the federal student loan program. So even though Trump says that he's going to move it to Treasury, the Department of Ed has an explicit authority by Congress to manage the federal student loan programs. The reality is the Department of Ed itself doesn't directly manage the majority of student loans. It's managed by federal servicers. So if the authorizing body that gives the rules to the servicer moves from the Department of Ed to the Treasury, that's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a process. It's going to take time, but it would also have to be legislated by Congress because the authorization for the Department of Ed to be the manager of federal student loan programs was legislated by Congress. So what that would mean literally is Trump is signing this executive order, and what it's going to mean is there's going to be lawsuits. The lawsuits that are going to stop the movement of the student loan management and oversight from the Department of Ed to the Treasury, okay? I say that because that essentially means more people are going to be in pause. Again, you can't enroll and file into the programs on the website. So if you're in pause and need to get out of pause for mortgage reasons, or you work with borrowers who you do not want in pause and they're coming to you and saying, well, we're just not going to buy a house until June because that's when it says we got to file and restart payments. That's not true. They can't hold you and require you to be in pause so you can get out of pause. It has to be done manually, or here at Loan Sense, we can help borrowers get out of pause still, okay, despite the forbearance. Because again, legally, they can't stop you from actually paying your student loans or being in repayment if that is what you so choose, especially if it helps you qualify for a home or a loan product. So I wanted to say that. So how it works is some other student loan guidance is saying, we'll just wait till the pause ends. That's great and ideal for those who don't want to buy. If you want to buy, you can still get out of forbearance and pause. I wanted to mention that. I also wanted to assure people that just because the Department of Ed may go away because there hasn't been 100%, just because Trump signed something doesn't mean it's going to be authorized, right? Even if the Department of Education goes away, income-driven repayment and public service loan forgiveness will not go away. And I say that with so much certainty is because those programs were also legislated by Congress. Congress, by the majority, would have to vote and agree to dismantle all student loan programs in order for them to go away. And the reason I don't think that that's going to happen is because there's a lot of interest, moneyed interest as well, that cares about public service loan forgiveness being around. For example, hospital systems that use it to recruit doctors and nurses. We have a huge nursing shortage right now. They absolutely benefit from having public service loan forgiveness be around, because why would a doctor chooses to work in, or a nurse chooses to work in public, in a nonprofit and hospital practice in lieu of private practice, because of benefits like public service loan forgiveness. So there is money interest involved, and that's why I don't think it's going to be so easily and swiftly passed to end the programs. I think what is ending and will certainly end is SAVE, because that was not created and mandated by Congress. That was an executive order under Biden, so that will end. But that does not mean income driven is going to go away, and that the transfer or dismantle of the Department of Ed means that, oh my God, I can't get loan forgiveness or anything like that. It just means the body that Trump wants to oversee the student loan program is the Department of Treasury, and now there's going to be a whole chaos and movement. As well as we don't even know 100% if it's going to be finally moved because, again, I believe somebody, some entity is going to sue the administration and say, actually, it's legislated by Congress. You can't just move it without authorization. So there would have to be a vote in Congress in order to move who oversees one of the largest debt vehicles in the United States, not just move who oversees it, but also disbursement of funds, which the Department of Ed is very specialized in and knowledgeable in how funds should be dispersed based on FAFSA and various parameters that have been created over the last several decades. So I doubt that the Department of Treasury has the insight or the bandwidth. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I know the secretary, the Secretary of Education that Trump hired is somebody that believes she's working herself out of a job, that believes in Trump's vision to end the Department of Education. So we'll see how far they take it and what that exactly means. Again, it doesn't mean that everything's going to disappear, but it's going to mean moving who oversees these laws, who oversees the education portfolio, who oversees dispersing of funds. So it's not going to just like go away overnight and then there's like no more student loans or something. I mean, I guess it would be great if everybody woke up and they had no more student loans, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. If anything, this administration is going to figure out how to make you pay more, not less. So, don't worry, sit back, hang tight, listen to our news and updates. If there's any critical update in terms of plan changes or information you need to know, we will provide it to you. If your credit has been hurt because your loans went into repayment and you didn't know, we can assist with that. There's some letters that we can help you get a hold of to send out information to your servicer, credit providers to help with that. If you've been negatively impacted because of all this pause and or movement of servicers, let us know. Comment below. We try to answer all our comments. Comment below. Let us know what we can answer. We'll create future content as well about whatever inquiries we get, questions. And again, we're on standby to help you, especially if you're trying to close on a home or have some bigger goals and you don't want to wait till June, till the end of the year, till a definite decision's been made on the action and want to figure out what you can do in the next several months. We're here on standby. Again, myloansense.com. Like, subscribe, and share with anybody else who may benefit from this information. Have a great day.